So this time we're going to play the, I think it's vampires, undead legions, but it's really mostly vampires anyway. But we decided to play with the 4d6 magic phase, and got some interesting things out of it. I actually kind of enjoyed it because it almost seems like they're trying to level it out in some way, where it made it harder to cast those big spells. But I brought Chaos Warriors and the Beastmen again, and my opponent just brought straight up vampire counts, which is I don't know which one. Actually, I know exactly which one I like better. I like Chaos Warriors straight up by themselves. But anyway, we have my opponent over across from me. He has the vampire count. So this is his painted army. He has a couple of Karen Wraiths, a big Night Bus, a Terrorgeist. I hate Terrorgeist. A unit of Hex Wraiths, I believe. No, not Hex Wraiths. Vargeist. Vargeist. And over to the right of the Knights is a unit of Ghouls. And I don't know, when I started playing this battle, I really wanted to focus on those Knights, because I know if you can break the Night Bus, you pretty much can break the vampire army. And I was going to attempt to use magic to do that. But anyway, I vanguarded a Marauder unit up. They have the Mark of Slaanesh. And then he actually got the first turn. Yeah, here's another look at his army. I think that's the unit in the center. There's another unit of skeletons, and beside the skeletons, another zombie unit, I believe. He marches up his Terrorgeist over to the left, and also his Vargeist. And I brought 2 Hell Cannons and 2 Skull Cannons and a Sorcerer of Tzeentch. But anyway, here's his first turn. And he moves up over to the left. He puts his Vargeist in front of his Terrorgeist to block the Skull Chariot from charging. I actually had a regular chariot out there too to protect the Skull Chariot. So he put those guys in front to protect the Terrorgeist from getting charged by the other chariot, which is smart in a way. As you can see here, I also have a Chimera, and this is what happens. The chariot ends up killing the Terrorgeist, and it turns sideways to try to block I don't know why I turned it that way. It might have been to attack something else. And the Skull Cannons, they fire at these one of his main blocks. And I point all my cannon on the hill to the left. And here's a picture of the chariot actually charging the Vargeist, and on the flank I charged the Marauder Horseman with one of Vargeist as well, trying to protect that Skull Cannon. And on the right he has his Morghast coming around the right. I've never really actually gone against Morghast. I didn't know how strong they really were. They're kind of like Vargeist on cocaine, and that's pretty much all he does. And he moves. I think he moves his army up like that. Okay, and he's producing a cup on me. And since I'm not moving, I think I'd have a unit of Centaur, just because it'd be fun to work or fun to use them. And he puts his ethereal guy in front like that. I think to stop me from charging his skull units with the Chimera. In my magic phase, I actually cast Blue Fire of Tzeentch like 7 times, right? But on that Knight unit, I actually hit them with it 4 times, and it took out like 4 Knights. I ended up moving. I think those are I end up moving the Centaur out in front of the chariot to try to block the Terrorgeist. Well, no, those aren't Centaur. They're actually hounds. I left my hounds at home. I believe he did something to the chariot. Yeah, he actually screamed at the chariot and did 3 wounds on it. He rolled pretty low, and it left. It did leave the Terrorgeist out there in the open. I tried to hit it with a skull cannon, and I couldn't kill the bloody thing. I wanted to kill that thing so bad, and I think I took up a lot of my shooting just trying to kill that thing. I even threw. I did get to hit his ghoul unit with 2 two hell cannons, and so it hurt that unit pretty bad. The first one drifted off, and the second one direct hit, and killed that many guys. He charges my hounds in the flank, which is not a bad idea. He's going to probably overrun and go right into the skull cannon. And I was hoping that the skull cannon would withstand these guys. It's 5-up ward save, and it's toughness 5, but that's just not what's going to happen. Here's another look at the Terrorgeist getting hit with. I think it got hit with a skull cannon, and I did nothing to it. I think it bounced short. All right, my movement phase, I moved my hell cannons up like this. I put the hounds out in front of his knight unit to slow them down, and I leave the other hell cannon off and to the right. So one hell cannon won't be able to fire this turn. Okay, that's not too bad. He'd overrun in his turn and hit that chariot. So in my turn, I'm thinking that I should be able to hit him on the flank with the Chimera, and the Chimera should finish these guys off. Here's another look at them in the chariot. He decided not to move the chariot, not to move these guys in base contact with chariot because of the way the terrain was actually made. I need to actually think twice about how I make that terrain from now on. But anyway, we have a picture of the middle of. Well, I think this is the middle of the. Not quite sure what that is, but anyway. Here's a picture of my hounds out in front of his knights, and a unit in the magic phase, a unit of bloodletters pops up. Yes, a unit of bloodletters. I rolled an 11 for the blood god thirsts. So that was pretty cool. The Tzeentch unit of warriors is the Chaos Ascendant unit. It didn't make a difference anyway because the rule was stupid. But and this is what happens with the Chimera fight. I believe they actually killed those guys, from what I see. Yeah, I needed to stop them anyway. They needed to die. Actually, that's not what happened. Actually, in close combat, the Chimera lost in close combat, and he was able to charge the flank of another chariot, and in his turn, he raised another Morghast up. I'm sorry. Sorry I confused everyone. I didn't see that coming. Even after the battle, it surprised me. So, here's the look of the center of the field. I'm trying to cast magic at that knight unit still because he had so many points in it. I think he had like 3 vampires sitting in that unit. I needed to slow them down, so that's what happened. I put those guys out in front, and I believe in his turn he actually charges. And the funny thing was, in the magic phase, I cast blue fire at him again, and he started not dying, and then he started getting regen, so it actually started helping him. So that's like the first time me using the lore of Tzeentch in all the 2 years I've been playing this new book that that happens. It actually helps the opponent. Go figure though, right? Go figure. And my skull cannons are all dead, so I can't really negate that. Stupid. And then he kills that unit, breaks the other unit, overruns. And then in my turn, I do this maneuver. I put the Marauders there so you can't really move around them. So now I'm going to try to hit him with the Lore of Metal. And since Lore of Metal is flaming attacks, the regen that I gave him, I get to take it away now. So yeah, that was good. And then yeah, I only had one turn that I can hold him back. And it's not going to be good. So here's another look at what's going on here. He's measuring off some stuff here. So the thing I don't like about the magic phase is you can really abuse like those lower level spells that only cast on a 5 or a 6 or even an 8. You know what I mean? You can really abuse them. I mean, Curse of Years is only a 10. You can do that multiple times. But anyway, he moves his units up like this. So here comes the finale here. The army's gonna meet because he's gonna try to close in on me now because I'm starting to use like Lore Metal, Lore Tzeentch against him, and he really wants to close in on me because he has to because my army is mainly shooting and magic. Yeah. And I don't know if I really like just shooting a magic. I think shooting a magic is kind of the easy way out, but you also have to be well versed at actually shooting. Once you get used to shooting and the magic, using magic to cripple people, then you get to beat them. And I'm not used to that because I've been playing for years. I've been playing just two phases of the game, movement and close combat. So I'm not used to this whole shooting thing. All right, so this is what happens. He hits the night unit actually gets to my warriors. They hit him pretty hard. They take out a bunch of guys. His other guys hit me in the rear, and this is pretty much it. This is done. It's over. I can't do anything. It's a big traffic jam. There's nothing to get in, nothing to get out. I can't even get the Hell Cannon in to help out. And even if I could, it'd be no point because that night unit, that warrior unit is going to die. But I do have the Helm of Command, and so I'm going to be stubborn. And I think what I just did was one of those backwards forward pictures where I tell you, I show you what's going to happen before it actually happens. So that picture was definitely out of line. That hasn't happened yet, but you get to see the future. A little prophecy that's going to come to pass. But here's me hitting his unit with the lower metal, the knights, and it took a lot of them out. And then he brings a bunch of them back up, and then this is what happens after when he charges me. So, yeah. That's what the picture. That's what the unit looked like before, and that's what it looked like after. I guess that's the before and after picture. He moved one of his characters outside of the unit. We found out that you can move a character outside of a unit into a unit at the same time, but who cares? It doesn't matter. He wins this one hands down. Beats the crap out of me. I should have used the lower metal from the beginning, and that probably would have crushed that unit out really quickly. But I'm not used to using the lower metal or having a shooting phase, so that's another dynamic. But anyway, yeah, I really don't like the 4 dice thing. I really don't. I think you can abuse the crap out of it. And yeah, you have to roll a d6 to see if you can cast certain spells. But if you realize that you're only going to be casting level 1 spells, I mean, you might as well just go ahead and just say, I'm just going to use the blue fire, lower metal, the first one, every time. You know what I mean? But I hope you like the battle report, and please comment.